Guys, you just saw a little intro from me and Tommy doing today's workout. This video is not only about this workout. In today's video I want to pass on a little knowledge of how to build a workout, how to program something that makes a little bit of sense and not just throwing the dice and choosing some exercises, putting them together. What we did was a push-up, a Russian twist, a wall sprint, Superman hold, a normal bodyweight squat, and we did some shadow boxing, some active recovery at the end. Before I explain you the workout, and you're more than welcome to copy this, I want to share my thoughts with you. A million exercises and you can put them all into categories. Exercise number 1 was a push-up, and I put this into the category upper body. What can you do for an upper body? To make it really simple, you can push and pull horizontal, you can push and pull vertical. So what I want you to do is you build your own program and you choose a different exercise. So you can use any kind of push-ups, you can do pull-ups, chin-ups as a vertical pull, you can do some kettlebell upright rows as a vertical pull, dumbbell bend over rows, stuff like this. An upper body movement, but think about push and pull, horizontal, vertical. Next one, the Russian twist. For station, for exercise 2, I will give you the category core with the focus on your abs. When I talk about core, I always mean everything from the hip, including the shoulder and the neck. So we're talking about the abs, the front part. Here you can choose between dynamic and static exercise. Dynamic exercise is where you have some movement, static is a hold. So for your abs, today we use a dynamic rotational exercise. You could do a dynamic flexion, which would be a crunch or sit-up, or a static version would be a V-hold. Okay, so think about static, dynamic. You can do flexion if we talk about abs. We can do rotation. You could do an anti-rotation like a pull-off press, just to give you a few ideas. Point 3, wall sprint. It's the exercise Tommy and I choose. We call this our sprint category. You can do everything here that really gets your heart rate up. If you have a stationary bike at home, awesome. Sit on it, go all out for 20 seconds. Stationary bike, shuttle runs, we did the wall sprint. You can do some banded sprints. If you're really good in rope skipping, you can do double unders for 20 seconds. If you do single unders, you're not really going to get that intensity we want to have here. It is a sprint. Station number 4, we're going back to core. Up here we had core focus on abs. Down here we're going to have core focus on back. Again, you have static and dynamic. We choose the Superman hold, which is a static exercise. I choose that on purpose because up here we have a dynamic exercise. And the second part, we're going to have the second core exercise. I choose the static one. Another static exercise down here could be the traditional plank hold, just as an example. Side plank also possible. Exercise number 5, now we're completing the full body, is a lower body exercise. We choose the squat. 3 subcategories: knee dominant movement, hip dominant movement, and unilateral exercise. Let me explain you. The squat is a knee dominant movement. Yes, you have a hip extension and flexion as well, but it is knee dominant. There's more knee movement involved. And that means you're using more your quad triceps. A hip dominant movement, for example, would be the kettlebell swing. We have more hip flexion and extension, and that will tell you you're working more on your hamstrings, glutes, the posterior chain. So throughout the week, you would make sure you have a knee dominant movements and hip dominant movements. Third one was unilateral. Unilateral means single arm, or in this case, lower body, single leg exercises. Pistol squats, reverse lunges, single leg step-ups, Bulgarian split squats, all that stuff. Be creative and just put it in here. Station number 6 is the category active recovery. Tiger Muay Thai is a Muay Thai and MMA gym, so I give my guys always shadow boxing because they hate to sit around and wait until we start again, so I make them move. Active recovery, you can use shadow boxing, you can just walk, you can have a light run, whatever it is, but the focus is on recovery. Why? Because this is just 1 round. In total, we're gonna make 5 rounds on this. Okay? So let me quick explain you how this look like. This is called an every minute on the minute workout, an EMOM. We're gonna do this for 30 minutes. Minute 1, you give us push-ups. Minute 2, you give us the Russian twist, and so on and so on. Minute 6, minute 7, minute 8, minute 9. So for 30 minutes continuously, we're doing this circuit. You can see there are no reps written down. What I want you to do is I want you to work for 45 seconds on each exercise beside the sprint. Sprint is going to be 20 seconds all you got. Okay? 20 seconds for the sprint. Every minute on the minute, that means you have 15 seconds rest, you move on to the next station, you work for 45 seconds. Once the timer hits the next minute, work for 45, rest for 15, sprint 20 seconds. Give this a try. 5 rounds, 5 minutes of work, 1 minute active recovery, and take that knowledge, take that framework and just choose whatever you got at home. Think about what equipment do I have, what limitations do I have. For example, a shoulder problem, maybe you don't want to press overhead, so choose a different exercise. Upper body, core and ab, sprint, core and back, lower body. Any questions, please feel free to comment or shoot us a direct message. As always, share it with the friends you have, friends who can benefit from this. And please, please, please visit our YouTube channel, subscribe, and support the Germans. German!